Welcome to Rambam. We are learning the laws of Beis Bechira, the laws of the chosen home of God, Jerusalem. That's God's choice. That is God's choice. Why did he choose it? Because that's what he wanted. Because that's what he wanted. And he wants what he wants. Okay. Chapter 5, Mount Moriah. The Temple Mount was measured 500 cubits by 500 cubits. This is a cubit, arm's length, about 1.5 feet. Right. So it's about Temple Mount is about 750 feet by 750 feet. Yeah. It was surrounded by a wall. Oh, of course. The earth beneath it was hollow to prevent contracting ritual impurity due to tumas oil. If you recall, we've learned the idea that if you're standing and there's something below you that can penetrate above, if there's a corpse below you, so depending on how it is there, the impurity can shoot up, so you can become impure. This is well, no, for anybody, because no one can be impure being on Temple Mount, right? Well, I mean, specifically for the Kohen in the sense that they're always there, right? An Israelite is coming from time to time, but a Kohen, well, he's got duties there. So you're right in that respect. But it's for everybody because a regular Israelite who's coming there to bring an offering can't be impure, right? So if they become impure when they come on Temple Mount, that's a bit of a problem. So they made hollow, like underneath, cone-shaped arches underneath that would act like an oihel, like a tent. And the law of the tent is that it only shoots up to the top of the tent, any impurity. So if there would be any impurities of a corpse that would have been buried there, they would not shoot straight up because they have that, so to speak, tent, right? So arches above arches were built underneath for support. So the hollow was to prevent it, right? And they made it also then into arches, that's like cove, in order to support at the same time. It was entirely covered, one colonnade inside another. Yeah, I would imagine, yeah, because it's underneath the ground. So, so this is what we're talking about. This 500 by 500, right? Yeah. 5 gates led to the Temple Mount. One from the west, one from the east, one from the north, and 2 from the south. Each gate was 10 cubits wide, which is 15 feet wide, and 20 cubits high. Each gate had doors. What? except for when the mesh is the Mishkan. We're talking about the temple now. This is Jerusalem. This is not the sanctuary in the desert. No, it's just so there was no mesh. That was only in the desert. Oh, doors, physical doors. The only place that didn't have a door was the entering into the Heichal, into the sanctuary, into the holies. Didn't have a door. It was open. Excuse me. This is the entire picture of it. Right. This is the entire picture of Har HaBayit. Here's an entrance. What did we just say? On the south, right? One, two, one on the north, and one on the east. Nothing on the west. The west was, oh, there is on the west, sorry. Yeah, I know it's not showing here. Yeah, one on the west. I'm sorry. Here on this picture, you see it. Okay. Further within the lattice partition, this is the lattice over here. Here's the Seirig, right? 10 handbreadths high, surrounded on all sides. The Chayil, right? Yeah. So here's a lattice over here. Inside here, what we call the Chayil. Rampart 10 cubits high, was located further inside this partition. It's referred to in the Book of Lamentations, the wall of and the rampart moored. This wall refers to the wall surrounding the temple courtyard. Right. And right inside of that is 12 steps going upwards, right? Number 4, further inward beyond the Chayil was the temple courtyard. This is the temple courtyard here. Okay. It was 187 cubits long, 187 this way, by 137 this way. It had 7 gates. 3 were on the north side. Three on the north side, close to the west. Uh-huh. Not exactly certain what he means here. Three on the north, close to the west, three on the south, close to the west, and one gate east, which was positioned in the center directly opposite the Holy of Holies. Okay, that one, yeah. That's over here. Shar Nicanor. Yeah. Just okay. We will.
Thanks, bye-bye.
It's not showing it here. Okay. Each gate was 10 cubits wide, 15 feet by 30 cubits high, 30 feet high. Each one was gold plated doors, except for the east gate, which was plated with bronze to resemble gold. It was called the upper gate. It was also called Shar Nicanor, the gate of Nicanor. Has an interesting history. In honor of the noble person who donated the doors. Nicanor traveled to Alexandria to ask the skilled bronze workers there to fashion these gates. When the gates were finished, he set sail with them to return to Israel. To see there was a violent storm, almost capsized the vessel. After other measures failed, the crew members decided to jetson some of the ship's cargo to reduce the weight. Immediately tossed out the heavy bronze gates to the waves. The danger did not cease. The crew wanted to cast the second gate overboard as well. Hearing this, Nicanor protested, declared that they would have been thrown into the sea before, that he would be thrown into the sea before the gate. Directly after he made that statement, the storm subsided and the ship was able to proceed. Throughout the remainder of the journey, Nicanor was overcome with remorse. Why he thought, hadn't he defended the first gate as well? How great was the joy when the ship docked at Accra, northern Israel, and the gate emerged from under the hull. When the fiscal situation of Jewish people improved, they replaced the temple's bronze gates with gold-covered gates. Nevertheless, they allowed Nicanor's gate to remain in memory of the miracles which occurred. And sages declared their bronze shined like gold. That's this gate again over here, which is leading into, here's the altar. Okay. 6. The temple courtyard was situated directly in the center of the Temple Mount. Rather, it was set off further from the southern wall of the Temple Mount than from the wall of any other direction. It was closer to the western wall than the wall the other direction. There was a greater distance between it and the northern wall. Between it and the western wall, similarly, there was a greater distance between it and the eastern wall, and between it and the northern wall. Okay, one last thing. Women's courtyard. Hmm? This is the woman's courtyard here. This whole area here, right? It was in front of the temple courtyard. Well, yeah, but then no women were there at different instances. It was 135 by 135 and had 4 chambers. 1, 2, 3, 4 chambers. Right? The 4 chambers were 40 cubits by 40 cubits, and each one had 4 corners. They did not have roofs, nor will they in the Messianic age. Okay, I'd love to continue, but I can't.
Thank you, Rabbi. Fine.
Thank you, folks. 4 p.m. a reminder.
Thank you,
Thank
Rabbi.
you. Bye.